Your child's school may not suffer as much from the pandemic, and maybe people on Medicaid won't either. A study finds that the COVID restrictions we're all happy to see starting to ease up may have actually helped the state collect more money in taxes to pay bills.
It seems backwards, but CBS 17 digital reporter Jody McCrary is digging deeper tonight to explain how it works.
Tax collections in our state last year were on the rise, and this study by an NC State professor says our tight COVID rules were a big reason why. NC State professor Nathan Goldman finds 22 states took in more income tax revenue during the pandemic year than in 2019, the opposite of what was expected.
It paints this picture that the more strict these COVID-19 restrictions were, the better off the state tax revenues would be.
He says most states have progressive taxes, where people who make more money pay a higher rate. And here's where the restrictions come in. In states where tighter rules led to more job losses, often the people losing those jobs had lower incomes, while higher earners who could work remotely more likely to keep theirs.
So you can kind of see it in those states where these two pieces fit together and they were able to lead to state tax benefits and higher state collections.
For example, California had tight COVID restrictions and the most progressive taxes, its collections up by more than 1%. But in Florida, with no state income tax and loose COVID rules, collections dropped by 11%. Here in North Carolina, we have a flat tax and had tighter restrictions. Tax collections up 2%, adding up to $4 billion more than expected. Goldman says that means more money to spend on things like Medicaid and schools.
There's actually benefits just to everyone in general to have these restrictions in place.
In my story at CBS17.com, Goldman explains how all those rates and restrictions could also lead to income inequality. For CBS 17 News, I'm Jody McCrary.